you have to try to take every sample the same length and the same depth, which makes all your samples consistent. It makes them more accurate. So, they like to cut a little bit down, get a little bit of depth. And then that's it. And then go put that in the bucket. Put that in the bucket to soak. And when all the bubbles come out, then you know that the sample's saturated. All the material will move and not be, clumped up. No balls of clay. So if there's any specks of gold, they'll settle to the bottom and you'll find them. Okay, so I like to wear gloves. You work in that muck for a couple hours and your hands get all stained brown. So this is the way to go. Okay, so we have our sample. Put it in and let it soak. And when all the bubbles come out, when it's finished percolating away there, then you know the sample is saturated. And then you can start working the material to make sure that there's no clay, lumps of clay, and start washing it. Now, I was fortunate in the 1980s to work with a chap named Eric Clydesdale. He was an old veteran. An old prospector. He worked with Sam Cash. Now, we all know Sam Cash is the messiah of Loaming For Gold. He wrote the book, literally. So Eric, he was on one of our alluvial patches trying to find the source. We spent a week with him. We weren't able to find, the reef, but I learned more from Eric in a week than I would have learned studying and trial and error for myself over many years. Also, I was privileged to work with a member of the Argus family from Kalgoorlie. The Argus brothers were famous for finding reefs. I think they had some association with Sam Cash as well, but so I was schooled by two professionals, and I'm fortunate to have that experience. So we can see now the bubbles are just about finished. So now we're going to wash the sample. So make sure everything is free, moving around. Any lumps of clay, you can take out any large rocks at this stage, but make sure everything's broken down. And then we can start swirling. Swirl. And then you can cut all that stuff out. Swirl with a big rock. Now we're looking for one speck of gold, so we have to be fairly consistent and careful, but We know by now any gold that's in the dish will be at the bottom of the dish. So you can start taking the bigger rocks out. I like to give it a bit of a pan. And we get down to the heavies. You want some nice clean water. And move your tail. Start moving your tail, classifying the material. And at this stage you can cut the bottom of your tail out, because that's just the light stuff. The gold's going to be at the top of the tail at this stage. So now we can start looking for any specks. And as we shake and move the tail down the side of the dish, any gold will be at the top. And we should be able to see any gold fairly easily. You know, it'll be bright and shiny. And obviously we're looking for a rich gold mine, so, you know, if this was a rich gold mine, this would all be gold. So we wouldn't have to look too carefully to see any gold, because there'd be so much there. So I'm not seeing any gold. You know, let that tail move slowly down, and if there's a speck of gold, you'll see it. Let's have a look. You know, you have to stick your face right in the dish with the sun behind you. But there's nothing in that dish, so we can take another one. You don't want to go that way. There's zebra finches. This is a real water hole, this one. Because it's rained about 3-4 weeks ago. And there's lots of water still here. This would be good to know if you're lost. Also, you wouldn't want to camp around here because there are lots of mosquitoes.